You on the latest, and of course not forgetting our sign language interpreter Walter Asewe. My name is Shiksha Arora, and let's continue with the day's briefing by taking you to Uasin Gishu County, where our reporter Timothy Simwa is joined by Kakamega MCAs as he tells us the latest from his end and what are the key things that will be discussed. Timothy Simwa.
Yeah, well, Shiksha, for the record, is that the County Assembly Sports Association Games has been ongoing for the last 1 week in Uasin Gishu County. And of course, these games have given us a platform to talk to various members of County Assemblies. At least in our earlier interactions, we had an opportunity to talk to members of the County Assembly of Kilifi. We had an opportunity with Murang'a County. Yesterday, we delved into matters to do with Kericho County. And today, I'm privileged to have with me members of the County Assembly of Kakamega County and Governor Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. And Shiksha, there are a number of issues we are going to talk to, but just for the starters, I can see they are donning in the jerseys. They've been here for quite some time. Maybe I'll give one of them an opportunity to tell us exactly as to why they haven't played their match up to this time, despite the intense preparation we have seen you do for quite a moment before we get into the real debate about the issues that has to do with the Kakamega County.
My name is Kevin Mahelo. I'm an MCA representing Butali Chagula Ward in Malava, and I'm also a football player for Kakamega County Assembly. We've been here since 7 in the morning today, and Nairobi County have deliberately refused to play. One, they don't have enough players, and I want to ask their governor to investigate where his or her MCAs are, because they're not here. They're only 7, and they had also fielded ineligible players. So far, Kakamega as a team, we've done well. We've won 4 matches, and we are sure we'll make it to the finals. But now, Nairobi County, I'm calling upon the CAS officials and anybody involved in this that they should be, an action should be taken against them, because they cannot stop games because of just 1 or 2 players. And for the record, Nairobi, Kakamega County, we are not a failed state like you. You don't have even a deputy governor, so they should respect Kakamega and they should play. Thank you.
That's Ajay Mheshimiwa, but perhaps just for the sake of our viewers, why is it important that you guys have to come over here and have such an event of games?
No, these games, one, they bring unity among county assemblies. We exchange ideas, and it's also one way of socializing. And if we didn't come here, maybe we could not have met you. Now these games, they're giving you a chance. Now we'll talk about various issues affecting Kakamega County. But the most important thing is just for bringing national unity together and cohesion. Fair enough,
Mheshimiwa. Now let me get into the real issues now. Shiksha, just a few days ago, we heard that Mumia's sugar company was placed under receivership, and the political representation from that region were not very happy about it. With me, I have the chair of the Agriculture Committee in the County Assembly of Kakamega. And perhaps to begin with, Mheshimiwa, you're going to tell residents of Kakamega County what exactly is going on. What does this move mean to sugarcane farmers? And perhaps is the sugar industry dead in Western region, and to be specific in your county, Kakamega?
Thank you. My name is Joe from Mataramuinami. I'm an MCA from Quisero, the chairman of Agriculture Committee. I want to thank you for giving us this time to talk to you, to people of Kakamega and the entire nation. We as members of County Assembly, we adopted the report, task force report, which was saying that we should get the shares being held by national government back to the county government. It is a report that was talking about reviving sugar factory, the Mumias sugar factory, and also encouraging farmers to go fully into sugarcane planting. And so we are requesting the national government to come up clearly and assist this factory, because this factory was the main source of economy, Kakamega economy. We are appealing to national government and especially to our president to come in and intervene. Most of our people in Kakamega, they are not happy with the receivership. The receivership was done illegally. The county government was not involved, and the county government has a lot of stake. Those the land we own, it's owned by the county government, around 40,000 acres. And we are demanding that before any action is taken, the county government must be involved.
Mheshimiwa, with the turn of events,
Yes.
Would you confidently still tell the people you represent in the county assembly that sugar cane growing is still a viable entity in terms of improving their livelihoods, especially with every other sugar milling industry facing all these problems?
We still advise that farmers should plant sugar cane, because we have factories like Butali, we have factories like West Kenya. Although we want the revival of Mumias sugar, and we encourage that maybe the national government should come up and assist the revival of Mumias sugar factory.
Perhaps what should they exactly do? Because previously we have seen the government trying to chip in, with settling some of the huge debts that the company is facing at this moment. Do you want them to write off some of these debts, or do you want them to pay them off? What exactly should be done?
We want the national government to write off the statutory deductions, taxes, like KRA. We want them also to come up and also assist in paying Kenya Power, and also giving us money to pay off these farmers, because this is the only issue, and we are sure that the national government can handle that.
Mheshimiwa, maybe my last question to you would be, we have seen in this region, even the maize sector has had its fair share of challenges, and political leaders, led by the Deputy President himself, has advised farmers that perhaps time has come for them to diversify. Do you think maybe it will be better for people of Kakamega County to start doing some other form of agriculture than entirely depending on sugarcane growing?
We also advise that farmers should diversify, but also we should not live up what we are used to, because most of Kakamega people are used to sugarcane planting, and so we cannot leave that and say that we now move to other planting, but we want also to maintain the sugarcane planting.
Thank you very much. And Shiksha, there is another development that just happened like a month ago in Kakamega County. The governor moved to sack all the clerks in the county, and perhaps one of the county the members will tell us whether we have seen any dividends with the move by the governor as the revenue collection improved for the better.
Yeah, for the record, my name is Benson Wanjofu, MCA for Bunyala Central, Navakholo Sub-County. I'm also the Vice Chair to the Committee of Public Service and Administration. Now, we have had serious allegations that the governor sacked revenue collectors. That is not true. What the governor did was to send the revenue collectors on compulsory leave. We understand that these revenue collectors have been working. Imagine somebody works for 2 years consecutive without leave. And so we experienced laxity in their work, and the revenue collection was so low. But now when the governor came in with the new measures to bring in top officials to assist in revenue collection, we've had tremendous improvement in revenue collection. We've had cases whereby a market was collecting 10,000 per market day, but when these new measures came in, the revenue collection went up to 600% higher. So I want to believe that this measure is good, and when they come back, they'll come back, after they leave. They will have now been revitalized, and they'll get back to do their job seriously.
Thank you for putting the record straight. But then perhaps the last question would be, what is the potential of Kakamega County in terms of revenue collection? Let's talk of a year.
Yeah, initially we've been pegged to 1 billion per year, but with the new measures, with the new improvement, we've targeted ourselves to 2.1, I believe, 2.1 billion, and that target is achievable with the new measures.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. And maybe Shiksha, the elephant in the room, which will be our last question to the honorable members. Mheshimiwa, you'll have to tackle this one single question. We know that the country is currently, or county assemblies are currently discussing the Punguza Mzigo bill fronted by the Third Way Alliance leader, Ekuro Aukot. What is the position of Kakamega County Assembly, and perhaps when are you set to discuss that bill?
My name is Farouk Machanje, representing Isuka South Ward, this is in Shinyalu. First of all, I would like actually to appreciate the effort of Ekuro Aukot. But the thing is that this bill has not reached the assembly, the Kakamega Assembly. But again, Now, Kenyans have got to be honest with themselves. Do we really need a referendum at this time? Because we are bedeviled with a lot of problems in this country. And once we enter into referendum mood, then all these problems will be shelved and people will get into campaigns. Now, we are talking about insecurity in this country. The economy is doing very poorly. We are talking about unemployment. Our youth are educated, they can't get employment. Now, if the leaders cannot tackle this issue, then we want to divert their attention to a referendum. I feel we do not need this at this time. Two, we find that there is no problem with the constitution that we've got. The 2010 Kenyan constitution is one of the most progressive in this world. But then the problem is implementation. So even if we were to get into a referendum and change the constitution, believe me, and then we don't implement, just like is happening with what we've got, then we'll not be doing much. What I would really just advise Kenyans to do, maybe through Parliament, we can have some small amendments to the constitution where it's applicable. Like I know Kenyans are talking about the high wage of sustaining leadership in this country. I, as a person, do not believe in this issue of having nominated MCAs. We need to do away with that. Then, again, we need more money coming into counties. Believe me, once the counties are given enough money, and once MCAs are given that task to ensure that development happens in their ward, we'll have a lot of progress in this country. So it does not call for referendum. I feel that we need to implement what we've got. And lastly, we need to be serious. This country is bigger than two individuals. The constitution should not be changed at the whims of Raila Odinga or Uhuru Kenyatta just to sustain them after 2022. We don't need that. This constitution should cater for the needs of over 43 million Kenyans, not to be driven by two people. We need to look at Kenya post Uhuru and post Raila Odinga. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Shiksha, those who are members of the County Assembly of Kakamega trying to share with us their opinions. Of course, we've talked about the issues to do with sugarcane growing in that region. It has had its fair of challenges, and they're saying perhaps time has come for the government to move with the radical measures to make sure that they're salvaging that particular sector, which has been the main bedrock of the Western region economy. We also had one of the county members telling us about the Punguza Mzigo initiative, in his opinion, feeling that perhaps the country does not necessarily need to go to a referendum, and there are other ways we can still make amendments to the constitution without subjecting Kenyans to a campaign mode through a referendum. So, Sheikh says that's all we got, and by tomorrow I'm hoping that we'll catch up with other counties and also get to share some of the issues that could be bedeviling their respective counties. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that update, Timothy Simwa in Uasin Gishu County, of course, speaking to the Kakamega County MCAs regarding myriads of issues. And for now, we're going to be taking you to what's happening here in Nairobi, where Parliamentary Intelligence Committee are currently talking about an upcoming forum. So yes, let's cross over directly and listen in.
That from next week on Monday and Tuesday, we are going to have a very big conference at KICC, a conference named Parliamentary Intelligence Security Forum. This forum will be meeting for the first time in Africa, and the forum will be mainly addressing the issues of security that challenges our country. And you know for a fact, many nations, they fail because if their security is not in place, then they are not stable. And most of the democracies in the world, their priority is to make sure that every citizen is very safe in a way that they can go to their daily businesses without being harmed by anybody. In this particular conference, which we'll be holding Monday and Tuesday, we have quite a number of countries coming from other countries, and my colleague here will be explaining later who is coming. but mainly we'll be sharing our experiences. For example, a country like Nigeria. Nigeria was able to overcome quite a number of issues with the military involved in corruption. And that's a case in other parts, is a different case in other parts of the world. And many other countries also, they face different cases, which as a country, we can share with them and see how we can be able to address our situation as a country. And that's why we need to meet with other countries so we can be able to sharpen each other and see the way forward for the future. Otherwise, if we don't sharpen each other, the democracies of the world are in great danger because of because of terrorism, money laundering, corruption, and all other economic crimes, which we must, as a country, face them head on. And myself and my committee of Administration National Security, we are working very close with all the other forces that are involved in addressing the issue of economic crimes. And thus far, we have seen a lot of development and a lot of changes. Even with the ongoing police reforms, we have seen the changes in the security sector. So we are looking forward for the next week. And for Kenyans, this is good for us. We have visitors coming to visit Kenya, and also they will leave their money visiting Kenya, and also in their diary, they will make Kenya as another tour destination so they can come in the future. And also they will leave their information, which is very important. So I'm sure that they will be able to help us as they come. Maybe I'll ask my colleague here to say something on the things that will be happening in regard to the forum. He can update us the countries that are really coming.
All right, that is Paul Koinange, the chair of the National Security Committee, talking about an upcoming forum that, of course, we'll be getting more details about as we get them right here on K24 Daily Brief. But for now, remember, yesterday a mother was 25 years old and her 3-year-old daughter were fighting for their lives at Nakuru Hospital after being burned with petrol by the husband for arriving home late. Now, there's some very unfortunate news that has just come in that the woman who was burned by the husband has succumbed to her injuries at Nakuru Level 5 Hospital. So we are going to be taking you to our reporter Kigodha Mwangi for an update on the same. Good morning to you, Kigodha. Very sad news that has just come in. And of course, what is the latest?
Indeed, Shiksha Aurora, it's a sad state of affair from PGH Nakuru, or rather Nakuru Level 5 Hospital, where Lucy Neera was hospitalized on Friday night after she was alleged burnt using petrol and some matchbox by the husband, in what the husband alleged that the woman came home late from Nairobi, where she had gone to buy mtumba clothes that she sells. The mother of 3 was hospitalized here with 25% burns, according to the medical superintendent, Dr. Jenga, who says, Dr. Mburu, who says that in such cases, the chances of survival are always minimal. And it is sad that Lucy Neera is no more. Now we have received this news from the administration that she passed on this to the Thursday night, that is the night to this day, and she is no more. This shows the level of inhuman treatment that Neera went through from the husband. She has left behind 3 kids who are currently under the custody of their grandmother after the husband was arrested. The man by the name Kimani was arrested by the police, the Central Police officers, and will be arraigned in court on Monday, according to OCPD Central Helena Kaburuku, who has said that such actions are amount to inhumanity. We are right now, we are at Nakuru PGH or Nakuru level 5. We will be following that story, and also we will be filing it in the course of the day. Such a sad story, and also the administration has said that the lady is succumbed due to loss of blood and also loss of water due to dehydration that was caused by the fire. That is the latest that we have from this side. We will be linking up later if we get information and officials who can speak on the circumstances under which the lady succumbed to her death. Back to you in studio, Shiksha Arora. My camera person is John Wangombe. My name is Kigodho Mwangi.
Thank you very much, Kigodho Mwangi, for that update. Of course, he has told us the latest with regards to what's happened in Nakuru, where the mother who was burnt by her husband, the mother and her child as well. But the mother, as we've just heard, has succumbed to her injuries. She sustained 25% of burn injuries. Well, that's how we're going to be taking the break right now. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, we'll be right back with a lot more.